Hello everyone, welcome to the fire department. Unfortunately we can't have you here in person, but I hope to give you a little tour on video, so hope you enjoy. This is Station 1. We're located downtown right next to the Dairy Ripple. So here we have a paramedic engine company and a shift commander. So I was going to take some time to show you guys on the engine, all the tools and things that we have on the engine. So we'll come over here. We've opened up all the doors for everybody. Now normally we don't drive down the road with all the doors open, but you can see there's a wide variety of tools. Essentially at the fire department, they call us firefighters, but really we're emergency rescue workers. We have to be ready for everything. We're also all paramedics, so we provide ALS, which is medical care to anybody that's hurt or injured or having a medical issue. This is firefighter Matt here. We're going to talk about these tools here. They're kind of special. Why don't you tell them what they do?
All right, well in this cabinet we have our hearse tools. You've heard of the jaws of life. That's what these are. We use these on car accidents. We can take doors off, we can cut the roofs off of cars. Pretty much we can do anything we want with these tools. They're very powerful and very handy to have. They're mainly used in car accidents though. So,
very good. Thank you, Matt.
Yep.
Firefighter Ron, was there something on this side you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I was actually going to have him come back this way. And so part of the driver's role is to get water out of the engine. And the way you do that is each one of these valves, or each one of these handles are a valve, and they correlate to all the different discharges around the engine. And that's how we get water down the hose lines.
All right, thank you, Ron. We can come over this way. As we're passing by, you can see our gear lockers. For the ones that are empty, the firefighters are either on duty and the gear's on the truck, or their gear's at the other station. So we have two stations in Belvidere. This is our main station in the center town. Over here is some equipment that we use to tie into the water hydrant and supply the fire truck with the water. There's also stuff here. It's nothing too fancy. It's just regular wood. We call it cribbing. Various tools here. Now this is actually an important tool that we use quite frequently. So it's a PPV, or positive pressure ventilator, and so it pushes smoke outside of a building. So what we can do is put fresh air in the building and charge it with fresh air, and then open windows and then direct the smoke out of a building. So after a fire, or like the other day, last shift, when someone left a pan of oil on the oven and it filled a whole apartment complex with smoke, we can use those to get the smoke out of there effectively. So as I said, we got to be ready for anything, and so this whole row right here is rope rescue equipment. Say a water rescue, or someone's over the edge of the river, or even if a window washer up on Schadle's needed assistance, we could start the rigging and ropes and then get the team here and use those for rescue purposes. So over here, were you going to explain the EMS?
I'll do the EMS.
Firefighter Matt again.
Like Captain Schadle said, we go on medical calls, and we're all paramedics. And everything in this compartment is medical related. We have oxygen, we have our monitor we can read the heart rhythm with, a trauma bag for bad stuff, pediatric bag, so we can treat them just before they go in the ambulance and go to the hospital. We do the most we can before they have to leave. So that's the majority of our calls.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yep. And then above us is the ladders. Every square inch of the truck is utilized. So we keep ladders up there. So,
yep.
And we have firefighter Jake. Are you the
Newest firefighter.
I'm not the newest firefighter.
So
second newest.
Jake is in his probationary year, so we honor that with a green shield. So if you see a firefighter with a green shield, now you'll know what that means. But Jake's kind enough to put his gear on for us, and we'll keep going. But I'll have you put your pack and your mask on,
Okay.
and so you kids can see what we'd look like if we came into a building that was burning. So. over here, this is kind of a neat view. Again, like we said, we don't waste any spare space. So in the center seat there is water rescue equipment. So we have cold water rescue equipment, we have life vests, ropes, anything that we would need to go in and get somebody in a water rescue or ice rescue situation. So this is where the person, the back seat guy we call him, this is the guy that brings the bags in, that does the patient assessment, that does, you know, he's a real hands-on guy. He's extremely important. Everybody's important, but he's the one who is going to pull the nozzle and extinguish the fire. So this, in his seat here, you'll see an air pack, which looks like a backpack. But what we do is we bring fresh air inside of a building so we don't breathe the smoke. So, and firefighter Jake was kind enough to put his mask on there. So that is essentially what we would look like if we were on air. We'd have our air pack on, and you would not recognize us, but you would definitely, if you're one of the younger kids seeing this, you definitely don't want to hide. You definitely don't want to run away. We're there to help. Our number one goal is to get you outside with your parents where it's safe. So thank you, Jake. All right. So an important part of being a firefighter, like I said before, is being ready for anything. So a big part of that is training. We could be called to a car accident or a fire or a hazardous material spill or an EMS call, and we got to know the right medicine, the right thing to do, the right pump pressure, the right way to figure out what chemical is spilled and what precautions and how big of an area we need to clear out, things like that. So every single day, part of our day is training. So in a 4-hour window, we schedule 2 hours of training. The reason why it takes us 4 hours to do 2 hours of training is calls. Our number one reason why we're here is to respond to your emergencies. So that's why we're here. And so sometimes it takes us longer to get our non-emergency activities done. But a big part of that is our training room. We'll train in here. We watch videos. We do e-learning, just like you kids are doing. We can watch webcasts, go over the latest tactics. Just the other day we updated our medical orders. That's what we do and what we have, our guide in medical emergencies. So a lot of that happens right here in our training room. Upstairs, and I can show you some stuff upstairs. Come on in. So this is our kitchen. You might ask, why is there a kitchen in the firehouse? And I'd say, well, that's a good question. The reason is we're here 24 hours. So our shift starts at 7 a.m. and goes all the way till 7 a.m. the next day. So we have 3 shifts, and so each shift covers a full day. So I got here this morning about 6:30, and I'll leave tomorrow morning at about 7:30. So can be a long day. Usually it goes by really fast, to be honest. So this is common to firehouses. We have bunk rooms. So within our bunk rooms, these are our sleeping quarters. And probably 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, we'll come in here and we do actually sleep at night if we're not running calls. Now, I can't remember the last night where we didn't run a call. So we average about 9 calls a day between 2 stations. So, but when we do get to rest, this is where we can sleep. So I'm going to apologize for a little bit of clutter. We are under construction, so normally a lot of this would not be in here. Fortunately, or unfortunately, but fortunately we're remodeling the other side of our station, so that stuff is in here. But we call this our day room and report room area. Every call that we go on, we got to write a full report of what happened and what we did. And then being first responders and rescuers, fitness is really important to us. So each shift we try and take time out and get some exercise in, time permitting. So if you look here, this is kind of neat. This is a relic. This is the fire pole. It is not used anymore because someone said they're not safe. So but also, you guys probably didn't notice, but downstairs we have an exhaust catcher on the fire truck, and it runs right through that. So instead of removing it, though, it's definitely a part of history. We actually have the least senior guy who's working at Station 1 every Friday polish the pole, and we still do that. We've been doing that who knows how long, probably as long as we've had a pole. That's one of the jobs that's done on Fridays here by the least senior guy. So the last I'll show you is the captain's office. And again, like I said, I apologize, it's under construction. But this is, the fire chief is the head administrator. The captains have to do quite a bit of administrative work, and this is where they do it. Now, the captains monitor both stations in the middle of the night, so he has a bunk in his office here, so every night when the other station's out, and he'll be up writing it in the logbook and then listening, making sure they don't need anything, but also if that next call comes in, making sure that this station is ready to go. So that pretty much is the tour of Fire Station 1. Thank you guys for your attention. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.